can't believe it.
Oh my gosh, he has teeth or something in there.
All right, I want to welcome you to this episode of BTR Outdoors. And on this episode, I am going to put BMX handlebars on a mountain bike. And I will let you know why I'm doing this, let you know if it even works. I've seen some accounts of people doing it. So yeah, stay tuned and I'll show you how it goes. All right. So what we're going to do is put some BMX handlebars on this Mongoose mountain bike. It's a 29-inch mountain bike. It is called the Excursion. And this right here is the, I guess, the stem or the riser. I should have probably got a BMX stem, but I did not. And I already took off the old handlebars. They're kind of flat. I'll show you that in a second. And I also took off the gearing system from the handlebars, the grips, and also the brakes. And I'll be putting some new brakes on this bike. And my main goal is to make this bike more comfortable to ride, where I don't have to lean over on those low handlebars. I will be able to have higher handlebars, and with my back that should help me a lot. But I want to make sure that when I put them on, that they're comfortable on the bike. I can still steer the bike with ease, and I don't lose the mobility of the bike, where I can take a chance on crashing. So that's something I'm gonna have to work out. But there you go. I will show you the different type of handlebars that I got. Okay, excuse the mess, but I'm on my back patio. We're getting a little bit of rain today, that well needed. So I'm out here trying to work on my bike. But these are the handlebars that came with the bike. There's about I'd say maybe a 1-inch raise in the handlebars. These are the ones I have to bend down to grab hold of. So I am changing these out with some BMX style handlebars. I think there's a 9-inch rise, which is probably a little too much, but kind of going as I go. So I already know that I should have probably got a BMX stem to go on this bike, because one of the problems I'm running into is I'm gonna have to shim this to make it fit correctly, and I will show you how that works. Okay, one of the first problems that I ran into using the original stem or riser that came with this bike is the handlebars that came with the bike basically just slid in, and then you would tighten it up, and that's how easy it was to put on the handlebars. Well, on the BMX type handlebars, there's no way to slide it in because of this bar right here and too many curves. So what I had to do was I had to widen this. I just got basically a screwdriver, and to widen that, to put that in there. Okay. Second problem, once I got it in there and tightened it all the way down, the handlebars still moved around a little bit too much. And the last thing I want to do is be riding it and my handlebars, pull towards me or drop down the front and I flip over the front of the bike. Which Tracy would probably think that was hilarious, but I wouldn't. So what I had to do was first figure out how big was the original handlebars. It doesn't say on here, but after a process of elimination, we know it's like 25.4 to 31.8 millimeters. So not knowing too much about shims or change out handlebars, I went out and purchased some shims. And I'll show you what they look like. That's what they look like. There's two of them. And what you would do is put those around the handlebar, slide it in here, and it would tighten up because there's a lot more width right there to lock down where your handlebars don't move. So I just went online. I found these. These are MUQZI. Never heard of that brand, but they were under $10, and so I purchased them. They're too big. So I had to figure out what size these handlebars are. So these are 22 millimeters. The exact same size as the stem right here. Alright, so I had to go back online. I found some aluminum shims. They're not black like I wanted, but I could not find any black ones. These were called, I got these from a company called Lowrider Classics, Bicycle Part and Accessories. And these are the shims that came with it. Now these are a 22 to a 25.4. So they're the size just below the first ones that I bought. So I will put these on the BMX handlebars, slide it in here, and hopefully that will take care of the problem with the handlebars sliding. So I'll show you how to put those on. So let's get going, see if this works. Okay, so I have my shims right here. And what they're gonna do is they're gonna go on about just like that. Sorry about hitting the camera. I'll turn them a little bit so I can show you. They're gonna go on like that. So when you put them in here and tighten them down, they're gonna grip a lot bigger because that's the size that is needed for this, and it should take care of the problem of the handlebar sliding up and down. One of the biggest things is make sure you put the handlebars the right direction. So this is how it goes down in the bike. And you want the handlebars like that. I tried it earlier just to make sure I could get this to slide in here, and I put them on backwards. So always make sure that your handlebars are facing the proper direction. Alright, so what I'm going to do is take a little hammer and just kind of pop it in place. Alright. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like. I'm going to slide these shims in. Got this one. Trying to put them as even as I can. Get this mounted in the middle. Basically, once you get that lined up, then you would take your boat and start tightening it down. So let me grab an Allen wrench. I don't know why I said bolt, but let me grab an Allen wrench, and we'll start cranking this down with the spacers in place and to make sure that's going to work. Okay, I got my spacers in there pretty well. This is a little bolt that's just going to go in there. Let's see if I can get it started. This Allen wrench. Alright, I got everything centered. Let's see See if I can get this Allen started. I'll make sure my shims don't move. It's just kind of hard. If I can get it tight, then I can adjust it once I get it on the bike. Alright. Okay, that's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to look like. It's not pretty, but I do have it centered, well, kinda. Like I said, I can always, once I get on the bike, I can loosen it since I have it in the position. Once I get in the position of the handlebars that I like, I can loosen it and center everything. Right now I'm just trying to get everything on there and tightened up for now. Alright. Okay, let's put these on the bike and then we can adjust them. Okay, so I'm going to slide the stem in there. And I'm going to put this bolt into the stem, and that's going to align my handlebars with the tire. That way when I turn, it'll be all lined up. Right now I'm just trying to get it hooked up. Let me tighten this up with, this is a 7/32 Allen wrench. There we go. Well, I'm starting to wonder if it, alright. So I'm just barely tightening it now so to move the wheel. I don't know if you can see that. That way I can get on the bike and adjust, make sure that's straight. And then just this is lined up with the wheel. So that will be our next go. And make sure everything right here looks good and set right. Then I'll really crank it down and I should have some new handlebars. Okay, I got the handlebars on. I got on the bike and adjusted this Allen screw right there just to line up with the tire. That way it steers it. You can see my shims. I tighten it down as tight as it would go, and the handlebars, if I really crank back on them, they'll move a little bit, but they're a lot better than they were when I didn't have the shims. I will tell you the truth, I will probably go with a BMX stem, but right now I just want to see how this feels when I'm riding the bike with these bigger handlebars on a mountain bike. So I got BMX handlebars on a mountain bike. My main goal is just for comfort when I'm riding, is get out and get some exercise without killing my back. But that's what it looks like. Everything's lined up, tightened. Again, I wish I would have got black shims, but this is all I can find at a really, decent price. I didn't want to spend a whole lot of money because I didn't know how it would work. But once I kind of know more about putting on the handlebars and what size they are, what size stem I need, I think things will go a lot easier. But that's my handlebars. Stay tuned and I will show you how to put the brakes and the gear systems on the handlebars. And then my plan is, once I get that completely finished, I'm gonna go down here and put a front brake. My front brake, technically I've never had one on this bike, so I need to put that on there so I can stop. And then I'll probably put 2 new tubes in the tires, and then we'll take it out for its maiden voyage. I'm excited. All right, so stay tuned. Tell me what you think about the shims or the stems, or if any of y'all ever tried to do anything like this. to convert a BMX slash mountain bike. So, you know, leave me some comments and let me know what y'all did, or if I'm doing something wrong, give me some tips. I'm open for any suggestions. It felt really good getting on it, and it was a lot easier on my back. I could already tell the difference just sitting on it, that I was like, man, I could really ride in comfort around the trails. All right, tell me what you think. All right, I want to thank you for watching this episode of BTR Outdoors. And like I said, just want to go, let me know what you think about putting BMX handlebars on a mountain bike for comfort. If any of y'all have ever tried it and how it worked, any kind of hints, it would be, I would really appreciate it to give me some tips, because I want to get into riding bikes for the exercise. I always enjoyed riding bikes. I just need to do it in comfort so I don't kill my back. All right, so hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, let you know when I put out my next video. Like I said, I always try to put out one at least once a week. All right, until the next video, I'll show you how to put on the gears and brakes. We'll get this thing going. All right, thank y'all. See y'all later.